to Young African Tribe. I remain Modella. We're here to inspire, inform, connect, and promote the large community of young African entrepreneurs. And today, I am with another entrepreneur in the architectural sector. It's good to have you here, Alumini.
Thank you.
You look good. Okay, Alumini is a serial entrepreneur with an extensive knowledge of full interior architecture, and he's a graduate of Federal University of Technology and Korea, where he studied physics and later proceeds to Canada in pursuit for a dream career in interior design. It's good to have you here one more time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I need to ask you first and foremost, why interior design when you studied physics?
Absolutely. You know, when you look at what is happening in the universe now, let me put the word universe because I know things are really, taking form and taking shape. Nobody's ready to do the white collar job, so-called white collar job anymore. So, and then I look at it. I said, when I was in school, I look at it and said, come on, what am I going to do? Am I going to get out there and be paid peanuts a salary? And I said, no. So I said, okay, what I would do that I think is best for me is to see things around me, see building around me, and try to imagine how did they come about this beautiful space. I said, okay, fine, I can do the same thing. If somebody can do, then our parent, my dad is an engineer.
Okay.
So, and him being an engineer, he connected me with so many things, showed me so many stuff.
Okay.
And then I look at those things and said, okay. I told him, I approached him a day, and I said that, I don't think I'll be able to get a white collar job anywhere after graduation in school. He said, what do you think of doing? I said that what I can do is to do something for myself. What I think I can sell to people. I want to make people happy. I want to see people getting in shape with their buildings. I love buildings. You take me out. You being a mechanical engineer, you've taken me to several places where you maintain a lot of generators for them. And I said, okay, I saw a lot of buildings. Can I do something like that? He said he had a friend. And then, he said he's going to approach his friend. And then tell his friend that he has a son who really love what he's doing. Like he would like to bring him on board. I don't have any idea about what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. So I just said, okay, I'm going to be available to go in. So I went in there. I went in. He introduced me to him, and they said, okay, come. You're going to be following me to most of the sites and do a lot of things. I said, I don't know anything, sir, but is there any way I can be going with you? Then, he said, okay, fine, no problem. So I started with him. We started working. We started doing things, and I spent like 2 years with him doing interior. I was still in school. Okay. I was still in school because I come back home, after holidays and change things around. And he said, okay, fine. Getting up with him, we're going to several sites and we're doing a lot of things, and I don't know anything. So he said, what I will be doing is taking the contrast staff numbers. After taking the contrast staff numbers, then you see what they are doing, oversee what they're doing. If they do it right, you will know. Your conscience will tell you. I said, how come my conscience is going to tell me this? I don't know anything. But what I did was, each contractors, I tried to be closer to each contractors. So I said, okay, fine. I think I'm enjoying this job. I'm enjoying this field. I said, I'm going to be here. I don't think I'll be able to do physics. This is how I come about it. Going back to interior design. So
I was going to ask you that we have different jobs physics could actually offer nowadays. You can actually work in the lab as a physician or something and all that. Okay, now let's go back a little bit to your childhood. How did it all begin for you?
I was actually not born with a silver spoon.
Okay.
I have a background that is they're very lovely though, and my dad is very lovely. Mostly you can say I say much of my dad because I love my dad, and he actually put more light into a lot of things for us coming together and making sure the family doesn't separate, making sure all of us are together as one, and believing that the future holds a lot if we're together. And he told us something when we were so small. Okay. He said, there's nobody who can help you out except you help yourself. So, and in doing that I hold so very much because I know if you don't have something to sell to people, there's nothing you want to sell that people will buy. If I want to assist you, for example, and I said, okay, Mandela, I want to assist you. What do you have? If you don't have anything, there's
I'll sell you my
nothing.
voice.
So if you don't have something to sell to me, there's no way
I get you.
I can. So if you're jobless, there's no way somebody can assist you.
I get you.
So in doing that, he said, us growing up, growing up with my mom and all that it's a very lovely family. And as a Christian, always, if I make about everything.
Okay, so let's say because you worked with some contractors, that's why you actually decided to go into the interior designing. Let's just say, isn't it? Or you want to shed more light on that?
I want to share more light.
Okay,
on that
please
because
do.
I had passion first.
Okay.
Passion, because if I don't have passion, I wouldn't have gone to those contractors to say, I want to learn from you. If it is something they draw me with force,
Okay.
I wouldn't have interest. Because at the end of the day, I would just have to leave there and say, come, this is rubbish. But I choose passion first before now finding peace in the business.
I like that. So, you haven't had 10 years of experience. Was there any time you wanted to quit? Like, stick to another line of income, or probably go back to physics? Like, I wish I never met those contractors of those days and all that. And you wanted to just stick to another line of, business. Was there any time at all?
Absolutely, there are times.
Okay.
A lot of times, you being an entrepreneur is not just a very easy business. You go into a lot of things. There are times times it's sunny, and there are times it rains. So the time is sunny, you have to take it sunny. The time it rains, you have to take it's raining. So the time of sunny is when it's dry, when there's nothing around. I look around and I say, come on, I don't think I'll be able to do this business. I've done several years. I've been having good experience, good startup, but it gets in the middle. Things pop up, and things go to an extent of, cars going away, nothing available, and then I face Christ. And God revived me.
Thank God. Thank God. Okay, so let's talk about the biggest challenge you've had to overcome. Of course, I believe every passionate entrepreneur, like he said, he is so passionate about his business. I believe every entrepreneur should be passionate and have challenges also. So let's talk about some challenges you faced.
A lot of challenges.
Okay, let's
A
talk.
lot, because sometimes you're working with clients can be so challenging sometimes. Because some clients doesn't really understand what they want. And then they're putting that, and then you have to communicate the design through in the process, and then you have to do a lot of things, by communicating and by going out there to make sure you find exactly what they want. And facing such challenge again is time. Your timing. Because sometimes you're behind schedule, sometimes you want to make sure these guys are doing great, your team are doing great, sometimes you want to make sure they're doing better things, and then you have to be at the top of your voice to make sure and make them understand that you're not getting angry with anybody. Only what you're doing is just to make sure that you're trying to make the client, because we're behind schedule, we're trying to make the client understand the fact that we need to deliver on time. So timing is a big challenge when it comes to design and when it comes to interior architecture, because your timing has to be at point. So
I like that. So you were talking about timing, and it's also awesome to tell you people, to tell you my friends, our target audience, that Alumni has worked with Golden Tulip Africa. That's awesome. He worked with is it the reimbursement of the administration or what?
We did an outdoor bar.
Okay.
The first ever outdoor bar that had its selling design, that an outdoor lighting, and had a cinema.
Oh, that's so
for them. So because we look at what we can do with a touch roof. There's a touch roof, something we call touch roof. So doing that touch roof, we make sure that this cinema is going to be something that can be done in each state, and this will start it. And now we're moving.
Okay, now before we go on to how you actually tackled your challenges, I'd love to talk about your clients, your clientele base. How do you satisfy them? Which of those clients how do they make you feel after delivering a perfect job?
Yeah, I like the chairman of the Golden Tulips, West Africa. He called me my brother. You know, after meeting up, I don't know him from Adam. I met him. So you can imagine meeting somebody for the first time, and after a lot of discussion, after giving him some of what you've done in the past, because what you've done in the past matters. Because if you don't have anything you've done in the past, you cannot have anything to sell. So selling what we've done in the past, showing to him, and he said he believes me. We can go ahead and do something he wants to see. So after finishing the project, he looks at us and says, "Come, my brother, you're really doing so great. Well done. Thank you for what you've done. That's so much appreciated."
I like that.
So, and that is on his comment.
I like that. I like that. That's a very good, satisfactory. So we'll take a break now to see some of these designs, one or two designs he, Alimini, has actually done. We'll be back. That's what you just makes me understand the whole essence of beauty, if you agree with me. So let's talk about how you tackle those challenges.
Okay. Tackling those challenges, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of things in place. For one, making sure you understand what your client really wants. Okay. And then two, you have to be a good listener. Because there's no way clients are fun of. There's some client that doesn't have much time to discuss anything with you. You just saw it, maybe they saw it on the internet, maybe they saw it somewhere, or they just walked by to their friends' houses and they saw some good design. And they say, "Come, I've seen this. Look at it in the picture, on the phone." They scroll through it on the phone and they say, "Come, can you do this for me?" And then you have to look at it and say, "Come." Yeah, you as a designer, you know behind you that even if it's the first task, you've never done that before, because different series of things comes along. So you've never done that before. What you do is you look at them. I said, "Okay, fine, I could do this for you, but I have to go through the procedures, and the procedures are listening to you first. Tell me what you want. After listening to you, getting what you want, and then I'll say, okay, fine, I've gotten what you want. Can I tell you? Can I put a broad line on this you've said?" I said, "Okay, fine. You want this console to be like this, but I don't think this console is going to work for your space. It's a very lovely console. That is the idea on how we deliver. It's a very lovely console, but I don't think this console will be good. But I have something better. Then I present something better. If the client loves it, we go ahead with it. Then we come up with a 3D design. So you need to see something. You've seen it in your friend's space. It can look better in your friend's space. But what about your space? So that is that makes us to be a 3D design of what we want to present to you, how it will look in your space. Then we present to you and say, "Did you love it in your space? This is how it's going to be." Then in doing that, then you accept it. You agree with us. "Oh, this is cool. This is nice. Okay, fine, you can go ahead." Then we start.
I like that. I like that. That is awesome. Now let's talk about your deliverables. How fast are you to make, for example, a residential or a commercial design? How fast are you?
Yeah, it depends on the section of the residential we're doing.
Oh, awesome.
We can do as much as 2 weeks.
Wow.
In delivering a total residential, depend on the aspect of the job that we're doing in the residential. If we're going to take off, for example, we're going to take off the total remodeling of a space, it takes us time. Maybe 2 bedroom, maybe 3 bedroom, maybe a whole duplex, maybe a whole building. So it takes a lot of time because we have to go through the concept discussion first, then we develop the concept, then we'll go into it. But the minimum we can do with a small 2-bedroom apartment, we can go as far as 2 weeks.
Can you make probably an interior design for a day?
Not possible.
Not possible. Oh, I just wanted to know. I was concerned about that. Okay, let's talk about how you get your clients. But first, I need to take you back to your first ever client. How was it for you? Your first ever client?
My first ever client, we had a lot of discussion. There's this thing called fear. You have to kill your fear in doing anything. Because if you don't kill your fear,
fear.
There's no confidence
Okay.
in what you're doing. You wanted to sell something to somebody and you don't have confidence in what you're selling. It means nothing is going to happen. It means the client will not believe in you. So in doing that 2009,
Wow.
and the client, I designed some spaces for Mrs. McNaughton to be stayed there. And then she looked at the space. It's our office space, and she
I
said,
guess she must have shook hands with you and thank you.
yeah, because she wasn't even in town.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't even in
She
town.
saw the pictures or something?
She saw the pictures.
Oh.
You know, she just came in and said, "See, this is my space. I want you to do something with my space." I said, "I don't have a problem. I will come." Then we're not so used to so-called 3D. We do much of the 2Ds and then free and sketch. And then said, "Okay, what I can do is I'll design the space, and I believe you will love it." And we started.
I like that.
And she came back and she said, "Wow, thank you so much for doing this."
I need to ask you, because you call yourself a serial entrepreneur, what other things do you do? Except from being, of course, an architectural designer.
Okay. Being a serious entrepreneur, it's we do properties, and then we have a garden.
Oh,
We do the horticulturist business is what we take on, and I do that in conjunction with my wife.
Oh, that's so awesome. It's a family business, you know?
It's a family business.
I like that.
It's a family business because we started from. It's actually the family business because my wife started with her father.
Oh.
And doing that, when I got married to her, I picked interest because there's no how you can do an interior design without you putting a plant somewhere, and then in doing that, I said, okay, come on, I love this, and this is part of my business. And when people see us together, they say, wow, you guys, we met on site. So I never met my wife.
I like that. I
never met my wife on site. We just met. God willing.
No, just this.
Yeah.
You cross paths.
We cross paths. So we met.
Okay.
So in doing that, I picked interest and I said, okay, fine, we can do together. You'll be the chairman of the horticultural business.
Oh my God.
I will be the manager.
That's so awesome.
That's
How many couples do that nowadays? I mean, for them to leave their wife to be the head, and that's awesome.
Yeah, because she knows more than I do.
Oh, I like that.
And I know much about building.
Well, I think it doesn't matter still. Some people just like, they're going on demand. I understand the business aspect and all, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I need to ask you now. Where do you find your inspiration? Please tell me, to wife. How do you stay up to date with current trends, technology, and codes? But first, tell me, how do you get your inspirations?
Inspiration is something I get through my wife because why I said I got through my wife is because she's so inspiring. Because most of the time, even when I want to feel so bored, I feel so bored about, sometimes clients could be funny. And then I said, come on, this is what I met on site today.
She's like, baby, don't worry.
No, she always walked to me and said, come, you don't overcome this. You choose this field, and this is going to work so well for you.
I like that.
And this has been working so well. So if it's not working so well, you won't be where you are today. I said, thank you, darling. This is awesome.
Oh, you winning. That's awesome. I like that. So what about how do you stay up with current trends, technology, and of course codes? Because I believe you guys use those terminologies very well. Okay. So how do you stay up to date with that?
Staying up with the codes and technology of nowadays is because sometimes we have different kind of software we've developed to work with interior design. And then, sometimes we do a lot of research. Like me, I don't see. I was with that. When it comes to with my wife, she always tells me to go to bed at 3 a.m. But I find it difficult to sleep because I believe I have so much to give to clients out there. So I do most of my research overnight. And stay up to trend by reading through magazines and other things, finding inspiration in those magazines, because that tells us the trends of what is going to work for 2019 and what can work forever. So I find most of that in doing, going through the research.
I like that. I like people who do much of researches. So now let's talk about where we have to meet you. I'm talking about prospective clients now. I'm talking on behalf of them now. Now, if we have to meet you, let me just be straight. Where is your office located at?
It's located in Ikoyi.
Okay.
Yeah, in Romance in Ikoyi. actually put on a base. You know, some places are going down,
Okay.
and we're trying to, make sure the place is in form. We have another office in Butemeta. Yes, and we have another office in Butemeta where we are now. So another office is coming up in Koyoba, the eyesight speed, because I'm trying to put up some offices in West Garden, so where we have a lot of things to work with, and most of our equipment are coming from there. So that's why we said, okay, we can be around, clients, and we love clients love coming around. Clients want to keep up.
I love that. That's awesome. So if I was to, first and foremost, I believe your clients, do they come to your office?
Oh, most of his clients doesn't come to the office.
So how do you get your clients?
Our client base is
Referral.
Referrals.
Okay.
So we've done something great with somebody refer, and some go online.
Online.
And then some who knows our offices come to the office, and some reach us on phone and say, come, I have a site. We meet our clients on site most of the time, because what they want to tell us to design, what they want to discuss with us, are mostly on site. Or their residentials where we can visualize what they are talking about and say, okay, this will work. So most of the time we meet up with the clients.
So you talked about, okay, awesome. So you talked about online. So online, how? Online, I need to know your handles.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your handles and all that.
Yeah, we have an Instagram page. Yes, Reason Plus _interiors.
Okay.
Where clients can just check up what we've done,
Okay.
our past projects on there. And then to make it easier for them, you can go to our website.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, www.reasonplus.com.
Okay.
So there you can see more of our past projects, and then you can now take up from there. Send us an email from there.
That's right, guys. On Instagram, you heard him. It's Reason_interiors, and of course, the website is reasonplus.com. Okay, so let's talk about how accessible you are. Where can we reach you? Except from the online, I just mentioned to our audience and all that. How accessible are you?
People called in, and we receive call, we discuss, and then people meet us in our offices. And then sometimes when they call like that, or they send us an email, which is much easier, and or a WhatsApp message, so we can easily attend to any client. For example, if we're in a meeting and we're trying to put up some other client, so we need to make sure that, okay, send us an email, send us a WhatsApp message, then you can meet us.
Okay.
We'll respond.
All right. So the WhatsApp number to message will be showing on the screen. Of course, the call numbers are actually showing on the screen right now. So give him a call. On Instagram, it's also there. Now, I need to talk to you about what you see. I mean, I need to ask you the mindset of entrepreneurs. If you could change anything about the mindset of entrepreneurs, of serial entrepreneurs, people in your field, what is that thing that keeps baffling you that you need to change?
Looking at that, it has to do with patience. Because for you to be an interior designer or an architect, you have to be patient before you construct for anybody. Because if there's no patience in anything you're doing, there's no time. Because like I can say, guys of nowadays, people of nowadays, they really want to get there quickly. But there's no shortcut. You make sure you wait for your time. You make sure you do the right thing. The right thing, educational wise, get the right education for what you're doing, and then get the right team. But the right team is what really matters in doing everything. Because if you don't have the right team, your job is going to be messed. So if I had to tell them what to do, I think patience is the key.
Okay, that's awesome. So thank you so much. We hope you were able to understand the core lessons of Young African Entrepreneur. Do you have anything to say about this particular show?
This is a very good platform.
Okay.
If I had to say anything, this is a very good platform what set the entrepreneurs, not the youth alone, what set everybody on the platform to see, to showcase to the world and say, this is very how best you can do. I so much love you.
Thank you so much. You heard Alimin Niye. I mean, he talked about patience. To you serial entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs, wannabe entrepreneurs out there, be patient. I mean, if you have passion, like you said, about what you're doing, you have to be patient. Like I said, there's no shortcut. Thank you so much for staying tuned on this wonderful show of Young African Trek. I remain Modella. And of course, I'll see you next time. Until next time, stay young and imaginative.